Today, I want to talk about an issue that affects many workers in Canada who are on a closed work permit. If you're feeling trapped by an employer because of your closed work permit and you're experiencing harassment, mistreatment, or any unethical work conditions, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to break free from such situations in Canada, and you can apply for an open work permit under the Vulnerable Workers Program. I'll also share a bonus tip about how Skylarks International can help you make this process as smooth as possible. So let's not waste any time and let's get started. First, let's quickly understand what a closed work permit is. A closed work permit is a type of work authorization in Canada that ties you to one employer. You're not allowed to work for any other employer unless you go through a complicated process of changing your work permit. Often, these permits are issued after your employer gets an LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment, approved, which is a document showing they couldn't find a Canadian worker for this job. While this system helps protect jobs for Canadian citizens and residents, it can also create situations where workers feel trapped, especially if the employer takes advantage of this arrangement. Now, imagine this. You have come to Canada with hopes of a better future, but instead, you find yourself in a toxic work environment. You're not being paid on time, or maybe you're being paid less than the minimum wage. Perhaps your employer is asking you to do tasks outside your job description. Or maybe worse, you're experiencing mental or physical harassment. These situations can make you feel stuck because your work permit is tied to this employer, and you may fear losing your status in Canada if you leave. If this sounds familiar, let me assure you that there is a solution. Canada offers a special open work permit for vulnerable workers, designed especially for situations like these. This permit allows you to leave your employer and work for any other employer in Canada. Yes, this is an open work permit. But before you can apply, you need to prove that you're experiencing harassment or mistreatment. So let's first see what qualifies as harassment or mistreatment. Harassment can take many forms. It could be financial, like not being paid on time, not being paid the amount promised, or being paid less than the minimum wage. It could also be emotional or physical, such as threats, bullying, or unsafe for working environment where the employer is not providing you safe working conditions. Sometimes it's as simple as being forced to work long hours without proper compensation or being treated unfairly compared to others in your workplace. However, not every problem at work qualifies as harassment. For example, if you had a disagreement with your employer over maybe your schedule or a minor workplace issue, that doesn't count. The harassment or mistreatment needs to be serious and significant enough to make your work environment unsafe or harmful. If you are facing these issues, it's crucial to gather evidence to support your case. The government will not just take your word for it. You need to show proofs. So, how do you do that? Start by collecting your pay stubs or bank statements to show your irregular or missing payments. If your employer promised one amount and is paying you less, keep a copy of your employment contract as evidence. Save your emails, text messages, or written communication that show harassment or unfair treatment. If you have coworkers who are aware of your situation, ask them to write a statement supporting your claims. And if harassment has caused you mental or physical harm, visit a doctor and get a medical report. Remember, every piece of evidence matters. Organize it clearly so that it paints a complete picture of your experience. Once you have your evidence ready, you can apply for the open work permit for vulnerable workers. The application process is straightforward but requires attention to detail. First, visit the IRCC website and find application for an open work permit under vulnerable workers category. You will be required to create a GCKey account for this. Complete the forms carefully and make sure to include all the evidence you have gathered. You'll also need to write a detailed statement explaining your situation. Be honest and specific. Describe what has happened, how it has affected you, and why you feel unsafe or mistreated at work. Submit your application online and wait for a response. Processing times can vary, but if your application is approved, you will receive an open work permit. Generally, these days, the processing times are around 10 to 30 days. This permit gives you the freedom to work for any employer in Canada, allowing you to leave the toxic environment behind and rebuild your career. Now, here's the bonus tip I promised. At Skylarks International, we specialize in helping workers like you navigate this process. We can assist you with everything from organizing your evidence to writing a strong statement for your application. Our team understands how stressful these situations can be, and we're here to guide you at every step on the way. If you feel stuck or you're unsure about how to proceed, reach out to us. We will make sure you get the support and advice you need to move forward with confidence. To wrap up, no one should ever face harassment or exploitation at work. If you are on a closed work permit and experiencing mistreatment, know that you have options. The open work permit for vulnerable workers is your chance to break free and take control of your future in Canada. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this information helpful, please like the video. Also, if you have any questions, please comment, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, share this video with anyone you might feel need it. It could make a huge difference in their lives. See you in the next video. Stay strong and take care. Thank you so much.